In the free credit repair advice group. Good evening to those of you joining me over on YouTube and those of you who are joining me on TikTok tonight. Great to see you all. I'm glad you're here. My name is Jeremy Deysach, and I am a FICO certified credit coach with Credilife Financial Wellness, and I'm the founder of the free credit repair advice group over on the Big Ol' F Book. And I'd like to welcome you all to Wednesday Night Live. This is something I do every Wednesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific. I'll be answering all of your credit questions, those of you on TikTok, all of your credit questions. Everyone on the internet watching, I thank you for joining me. And so I'm going to be going through, as I said, some different credit questions. But tonight, we're going to be talking about how to maximize your FICO credit score, maximizing your FICO credit score. Now, how many of you, show of hands or show of if you're watching on TikTok, tap the screen a bunch of times, give some hearts. How many of you have heard the term FICO score before? And if you want to add down in the comments, just give me a yes or give me a love, thumbs up, whatever. How many of you have heard of a FICO score? Anyone? All right, now, those of you who've heard of FICO scores before, how many of you know what they really are? I saw some hearts there on TikTok. Thank you for that. How many of you know what a FICO score is actually for, what it's used for? Again, give some thumbs up, give some hearts if you think you know what it's for. I'm gonna give you a second to reply, second to answer. All right, so FICO scores. It's a type of credit score, okay? It's essentially a risk rating. It is to determine how risky it is for a bank or a credit card company or anyone like that to lend you money, how risky it is to open an account. Now, there's a lot of different types of credit scores out there. There are Vantage scores, and there are Beacon scores, and there are FICO scores. But the big one, the one that you want to focus on if you're looking to improve your credit, repair your credit, get in position to buy a house, get a car, get some good opportunities, you're looking for the F word, the great big F word. And I'm talking about FICO. FICO, F-I-C-O. You're worried about the FICO score. And why are you worried about the FICO score? Let me tell you. FICO scores, that scoring model, the big F word, FICO score, that's used by 95% of all lending institutions in the United States and even in Canada, okay? Where they go to judge you, where they go to determine if you are a good credit risk, if you're someone it's a good idea to lend money, to. The place they go and check you out is through the credit bureaus, and they pull up something called a FICO score. Now, what a FICO score really is, that's a risk rating. It's to determine how dangerous it is or how much of a good idea it is to lend you money. It's a risk rating, your FICO score, that's going to help determine the odds of you paying back lent money. And FICO scores are used for mortgage, they're used for cars, they're used for credit cards and student loans, background checks for jobs, military security clearance uses FICO scoring. They even use FICO score to help determine the insurance rates you're going to pay on a vehicle. So you could have the same car, the same zip code, you could be the same age, the same gender, you could have the same driving history as the person next to you. For all intents and purposes, everything are the same. And if you've got different FICO scores, if you've got different credit scores, one of you is paying more for that car insurance. Who's paying more? The person with the lowest score. So that is why tonight I decided to talk about FICO scoring. It's the base of all things credit. It's the base of all things lending. And if you're looking to fix your credit, if you're looking to achieve a goal, if you're looking to improve your scores, we're going to talk about just how to do that right here tonight. By the way, quick plug for myself. If you'd like to book a no cost, no obligation consultation with me, I am a professional FICO certified credit coach. If you go to www, just go to bookcoachjeremy.com. Go to Book Coach Jeremy. You can pick a day, an evening, or even a weekend, book a no obligation consultation with me. We'll talk about your credit, talk about your goals, and put together a plan, steps, and action items to get you to your goals. All right. So go ahead and do that. But Also, don't forget to follow me here on TikTok, follow me here, and subscribe on YouTube. Follow here in the free credit repair advice group on the Big F book. Awesome, Kay Wiley. Awesome to see you. Excellent. 580 to a 760 is a gorgeous jump in credit. That's from not being able to really qualify for anything, paying credit card rates on cars, and being in position where you can walk in and get good financing on a house, qualify for 0% interest. That's awesome news. I love to hear these types of stories. All right, so tonight, as I promised, we're talking about FICO scores. So for those of you watching on YouTube on Credit TV over on YouTube or watching on Facebook, or even watching me on LinkedIn, you're going to see the diagram. For those of you who are on the TikTok live, I appreciate you. I'll talk to you about what the diagram is, but basically it's a pie chart. This is what makes your FICO score. A full 35%. A full 35% of your FICO score is made up of payment history. Payment history. It's did you pay on time? Did you pay at all? It's your history of your willingness and ability to repay on lent money. That makes a full 35% of your FICO score. That makes sense, doesn't it? If people are thinking about lending you money or opening a credit card for you, one of the main things they're going to want to worry about is how have you performed on payments, okay? And that means you weren't 30 days late or 60 days late or 90 days late. That means you paid within the window. Now, a lot of people ask me, hey, Jeremy, I paid on a bill, but I was 20 days late. Am I going to get a 30-day late on my credit report? Is that going to hurt my FICO score? Is that going to hurt my score? Let me tell you something. Until you are a full 30 days past due on a credit card, a car payment, or a mortgage, it does not report to credit as late. Now, you might get a late fee from the company, it might cost you 15 bucks, 20 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever. But until you're at least 30 days late on your payment, it does not impact your score and it doesn't report to credit. That's an important thing to remember. So with a full 35% of your FICO score being made up of payment history, it's just really important to remember, even if you can't pay on the day it's due, don't go over 30 days late and you're still in the clear. Okay, 35%, that's the biggest part of your FICO score. Now, the next thing that makes up your FICO score, and this is kind of an interesting one, the next biggest piece of your FICO score is made up of balance to limit ratios on credit cards, revolving accounts. That makes up a full 30% of your FICO score. So, hey, great to see you from Alaska checking in. That's fantastic. I'm here in Minnesota, so sometimes it feels like Alaska, but I know you guys get the real deal up there. But awesome. Great to see you here. So, a full 30% of your FICO score is made up of balance to limit ratios on credit cards. Okay. So some people say to me, Jeremy, I don't have credit cards. Coach Jeremy, I haven't got any credit cards. Well, then you're missing out on a full 30% of the potential of your FICO score, your credit score. So what's the solution if that's you? Get a credit card. Get a credit card. Now, you have to have the credit card to even get that 30% in point potential added to your score, right? So you get the credit card, you open the credit card. But once you have it, what do? How do we manage that credit card? Well, again, I said it was balance to limit ratio on the credit card. I'm going to teach you one of the best kept secrets in credit. Now, when it comes to your credit cards, I guarantee you, you've heard from bankers and realtors and mortgage lenders and Susie Orman and everybody in the world. Hey, AK says I got 23 credit cards, 15 paid off, 8 I use every month. Awesome, you're on the right track. But I'm going to give you all the secret inside scoop, the FICO algorithm scoop on the perfect balance to limit ratio for your cards, the perfect usage, the perfect monthly utilization. Now I'm gonna warn you, it's comically small. And when I say the number, yes, you heard me right. Okay. The perfect amount, well, let me back up. I promise you, how many of you out there, give me by hearts on TikTok, thumbs up on Facebook, likes on YouTube, or just make a business connection with me on LinkedIn. I think I got Instagram, I got all the things. But how many of you have heard you can charge your card up and pay it off every month by the time it's due? How many of you have heard that? Give me some likes, some thumbs up, some hearts, whatever. Now, how many of you have heard you want to keep your credit cards under 50%? How many of you have heard keep your credit cards, use your credit cards, but keep them under 30%? People love them to 30. Realtors, mortgage lenders, bankers, they love them some 30%. Oh, they're telling everybody 30%, 30%, 30%. Okay. How many of you have heard to only use 10% on your cards? How many of you have heard to open your cards and don't use them at all? Have you heard one of those? Have you heard two of those? Have you heard many of them? Well, here's the thing. All these people that are telling you this, and they're bankers, and they're teachers, and they're economists, and they're whatever. They're not credit professionals. They're not FICO certified. They know how to read credit reports, but that does not mean they know how they work. It doesn't mean they know the secret sauce, the formula that makes that happen. Just because you can serve a burger at McDonald's doesn't mean you know what makes the Big Mac sauce. By the way, if you want the Big Mac sauce recipe, send me a private message. So the perfect balance to limit ratio, you've heard it too, AK? The perfect utilization, the perfect balance to limit ratio, the perfect monthly usage. For Kevin says 3 to 5% wouldn't have anyone but Credilife. Oh, you're on that track, Kevin. Kevin's one of our clients. Kevin's done amazing. The perfect usage every month on a credit card is comically small. You want to use between 1%, TikTok, that's 1%, and 3%, TikTok, that's 3%, of the credit limit each month. So I'm going to use an example of a Visa card, a Capital One Visa card that's got a $300 credit limit on it, okay? Real basic Capital One Visa card, got a $300 limit. You can charge it up, you can pay it down. If you want to maximize your point potential in the FICO algorithm, you're going to use 1% to 3% of that $300 limit. That's all. Any more, you broke it, and any less, you broke it, okay? Any more, you broke it because you went outside of the 3%. And what I told you is 3% is the best spot. I'm going to explain this. Any more than, or pardon me, any less than 1%. If you use less than 1% on that card, so less than $3, right? Less than 1% in the FICO algorithm is not considered activity. And you need activity to generate points, just like you need an engine to make the boat go forward or some sort of, propelling type of thing. Without that, you're just set adrift. So is your FICO score. So we know this knowledge now. We can use this to affect 30% of our whole FICO score. On that $300 limit credit card, you're going to find something you buy every month. Maybe it's roses or stars, or I'm going for hot peppers on my live on TikTok. Maybe you buy those. Maybe you subscribe to Spotify or Hulu or Disney Plus or Amazon something or another. Find something that you pay for each and every month. I like to use Dollar Shave Club. Dollar Shave Club, my Dollar Shave Club is $9 a month. Okay. And trust me, always trust the bald guys on where to get the best razors. Because if you cut yourself shaving on your head, it hurts like you probably can't imagine. So I put my Dollar Shave Club on my $300 credit card there, okay? And then I set my checking account up to automatically pay the credit card when it's due. Okay, so that Dollar Shave Club's $9. 1 to 3% of that Capital One $300 limit card is between $3 and $9. Dollar Shave Club is $9. That fits 1 to 3% to maximize my point potential. So you're going to put Dollar Shave Club on the Capital One card. You're then going to turn around and set your checking account to pay the Capital One card when it's due. You don't have to do it early, late, or billing cycle close date. Don't overcomplicate this. Don't get fancy. All right. Just pay it when it's due. So money goes on with Dollar Shave, money gets paid with the debit card or checking account, right? Money goes on, money gets paid. Money goes on, money gets paid. What do? You sit back, you shave, and you maximize your FICO point potential to the tune of 30% of the whole damn thing simply by doing this. What do you do with the rest of the credit card? You still got a $291, you can use. Nothing. You put the card away. The card is simply a tool to add points to your score. Just like a hammer is a tool to put nails in the wall or to open windows or to chase people down the street with in Florida, right? This is simply a tool. You're creating a credit machine. Money goes on, money gets paid. Money goes on, money gets paid. But you're sitting back, you're enjoying, if you put your Netflix on there, you're sitting back, you're enjoying Stranger Things, you're watching it, you're watching Orange is the New Black, and you're maximizing your point potential. So 30% of your whole FICO score is made up of balance to limit ratios on credit cards. If you don't have credit cards, you're not getting any of those points. The best utilization to max your point potential in the FICO algorithm is 1 to 3%. So, for example, on a $300 card, that's a $3 to $9 per month spend. But, whoops, hey, TikTok, y'all fell over on your face. Sorry about that. I'm using a car mount, but it's on a serrated monitor stand, so I don't think it's holding as well as it should. So, 3 to 9%, or pardon me, 1 to 3%, that's $3 to $9, right? On that $300 limit card. But Jeremy, my card's $1,000. This is math, ladies and gentlemen. This is math. So you're going to go, what's 3% of $1,000? Anyone? That's $30. Up to what's 9% of $1,000? That's $90. So you're going to set something that's between 30 and 90 bucks a month on that credit card. And again, set it up to auto pay when it's due. So money goes on, money gets paid. It's all mathematical. You do this for every single credit card you have. Now, do you have to do it? No. Do you have to do it if you want to maximize your points and get the highest possible FICO score? Yep. That's exactly what you do. Y'all, my FICO score is off the hook. It's off the charts. And I do the same thing. But Jeremy, do you use a credit card when the water heater breaks and you got to hire a plumber? Sure, I do. I just pay it off as quickly as I can. Obviously, these things are for use, right? Otherwise, what's the point of any of it? But to maximize your point potential, especially if you got a goal. If you got a goal, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to get a backyard for your kids to play in, right? If you've got a goal during your attempt to achieve that goal, 1 to 3%, no more, no less. Okay, so we said 35% of your FICO score, we're going to reiterate, is made up of payment history. Did you pay on time? Did you pay at all, right? 30% is balance to limit ratio on your credit cards. It's how much you're allowed to use, the limit, versus how much you used, the balance. Now, 15% of your FICO score, age of credit. Age of credit. This is time. Without a time machine, we can't do much about age of credit. But what we can do is this. We can do things sooner rather than later. So if you're sitting out there and you're going, what Jeremy is saying sounds good. Coach Jeremy is clearly a genius. You can tell just by his haircut, right? And you're thinking, dang, I don't have a credit card. I should really get a credit card. Jeremy's saying get a credit card. You do it right away. Now I'm going to give you some advice for different credit levels here in this video on what credit cards I would recommend professionally as a credit coach for you to utilize in some different accounts. But 15% is age of credit. Is how long you've had credit for. The only way to impact that is time. Now, 10% of credit. 10% of your FICO score. That's the blend. It's what types of accounts you've got. Do you have revolving accounts, credit cards? Do you have a store account? That's a revolving account, like a retail account. Do you have a student loan? Do you have a car loan, an installment loan, a mortgage? Those are all different types of credit. That's a blend. One kind is good, 2 is better, 3 is better. 10% of your FICO score is made up of the blend of credit. So if you've got a number of different types of accounts, it's going to positively impact your FICO score because you've demonstrated the ability to manage all these different types of credit accounts. Does that make sense? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some likes. Tap the heck out of that screen on TikTok there, you guys. Tap, 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 tap. And then tap, 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 tap. Give me some hearts. Let me know if this makes sense to you. All right, the final 10% of your FICO score. The last 10% of your FICO score is recent history. So the last 12 months history, that's getting a little extra emphasis. So if you paid on time in the last 12 months, you get a little extra something. If you had a late in the last 12 months, you get a little extra penalty. But that other 10% also factors in inquiries. How many of you out there watching this right now, whether you're watching me on YouTube, on TikTok, on the Facebook, if you're watching me on anywhere, How many of you have ever heard that inquiries hurt your score? That if you let too many people pull your credit, that's a hard hit. That's going to hurt your score. Have you ever heard that? Give me likes, give me love if you've heard that. Here's the thing, that is true. By the way, if you're watching me on TikTok and you haven't followed yet, follow. I do this stuff every week. If you're watching me on YouTube, on the Facebook, make sure you subscribe, all the good things. So how many of you, show of hands or show of likes or show of loves or show of comments, have heard that inquiries hurt your credit score? Anyone ever hear that before? Yes? Here's the dirty truth about it. Every inquiry that you have into your credit, if you apply for Kohl's to try to get the discount, the Kohl's card, if you go out for a mortgage, if you go out for whatever, that inquiry costs you between 5 and 15 points off your FICO score per inquiry, okay? Per bureau. So if someone pulls from Equifax and Experian and TransUnion, that's 5 to 15 points off Equifax, 5 to 15 points off Experian, 5 to 15 points off TransUnion. So every inquiry hurts you between 5 and 15 points. They stay on your credit report for 24 months, 2 years, right? But they only impact your score. They only affect your score in the FICO algorithm for 12 months. So the last 12 months, a lot of importance to remember. The last 12-month recent history and inquiries makes up 10% of your FICO score. Now, there is, since I'm talking about inquiries, I might as well. Who wants a knowledge bomb? Anyone want me to drop a little knowledge bomb on you? There are shopping windows for 3 different types of inquiries, for 3 different types of financing. All right. There's a name for what the shopping window is called. It's anti-duo duping. Anti-duo duping. There's something you're never going to need to know. But what you do need to know is there's a shopping window. You are allowed unlimited automobile. So if the car dealership shot your info out to 50 different people, you're allowed unlimited auto inquiries or unlimited mortgage inquiries. So if you shopped around for the best rate and you called 20 different mortgage companies, you're allowed unlimited auto inquiries or unlimited mortgage inquiries or unlimited student loan inquiries. So if you shopped around for the best student loan, so you're allowed unlimited auto or mortgage or student loan, as long as they happen within a 30-day window of time. 30 days from the first one to the last one. Anything that operates in that 30-day window is only going to count as 1 inquiry on Equifax, 1 inquiry on TransUnion, and 1 inquiry on Experian in the FICO algorithm. So if you go to a car dealership and they shotgun you out to 50 people to try to get you the best thing, and you look and Credit Karma goes, hey, you had some inquiries and your score dropped 300 points or 110 points or whatever. Take a deep breath, relax, and know that in the FICO algorithm for your FICO score, the only one that counts, the lending score, after that 30-day period is up, it's only going to count as 1 Equifax, 1 Experian, and 1 TransUnion as far as your score goes. You'll still see all those inquiries. You'll still see all 50 of them, but they won't impact your score, which at the end of the day impacts your lending and your borrowing ability. All right. So to recap, 35% of your FICO score, your lending score. Payment history. Did you pay on time? Did you pay at all? It's your history. 30% is balance to limit ratio on your revolving accounts, credit cards, lines of credit, things that have a limit that you can charge up to and a balance that you owe. 30%. So if you don't have credit cards right now, you're missing out on 30% of your point potential, and that's really sad. Okay. By the way, if you're enjoying me on TikTok, if you find this valuable, send hot peppers. I don't know what it is. They asked me if I wanted to have people send hot peppers, put a goal for hot peppers. So I put hot peppers up. I literally don't know what the heck that does, but I thought it was kind of fun. So 30% is balance to limit ratio on your credit cards. And remember, the perfect usage on your credit card, if you want to maximize your FICO score points, is 1% of the limit to 3% of the limit. That's it. 1% to 3%, no more and no less. Any more you broke it, any less you broke it. More than 3%, you went over the amount. And we're trying to max our scores. We're trying to have the best credit. That's why we're watching this stuff here and talking about this. So over 3, Under 1% isn't considered activity, on that usage. So you need activity to generate points. So on a $300 limit credit card, that means a monthly spend, a monthly trended average daily balance, and a monthly payment of between 1 and 3% of that limit. $300 credit card, that means a $3 to $9 per month spend, and then you just pay it when it's due. If you set it up on auto pay and you make your expense that you're spending money on, you make it like Netflix or Hulu, well, you've created a credit machine because money goes on, money gets paid, 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 and all you do is sit back, you're watching Orange is the New Black, your score is going up, you're watching some Stranger Things, your score is going up, and you don't have to do anything. It's a beautiful thing. 15% of your FICO score, that's the age of credit. It's how long you've had credit for. It's time. The only way we can impact time is by doing things sooner rather than later. And 10% is types of accounts. Blend. You want installment accounts and revolving accounts and retail accounts. One kind is good, two kinds is better. You want to have a blend. Then last, recent history, the last 12 months history, getting extra emphasis, and inquiries. Remember, inquiries will cost you 5 to 15 points per inquiry. They stay on your credit for 2 years. They impact your FICO score for 1 year. All right, we have talked about the FICO algorithm. That is the actual scoop. That's the stuff that makes up your FICO score, your lending score. That's the secret the banks don't want you to know. Okay. I mentioned I would talk about some credit cards. If you watch me on the thing with the face and that big book, if you go to the free credit repair advice group in there and join, you'll be able to rewatch this video. Or if you go on Credit TV, which is on the thing for you, and it's got a tube on it. Apparently, if you say these things, apparently it throttles your live on TikTok. So that's, by the way, for those of you watching me on those other things and you think I'm nuts, that's just one of the reasons, but that's an explanation for it. Jamie, it's Jeremy. Good to see you. By the way, you're supposed to text me. All right, so I told you guys I'd talk to you about some credit cards, some good credit development cards, and some accounts that you can utilize. The first one I'm going to give you, if you've got bad credit and you're looking to improve it, this is an installment savings account. This is an account where you say, hey, I'm going to make $25 a month, monthly installments for 24 months. And then at the end of that time, you're going to give me all that money I saved up. If you go to tiny URL, I made these all tiny URLs so you get the right one. If you go to tinyurl.com/getself, GETSELF, you can open up a self account. Self is an installment savings account. You put 25 bucks a month in there for 24 months. And at the end of the time, they give you your 500 and some bucks back. But because you're making installment payments on a bank obligation, they will report it to Equifax and Experian and TransUnion as installment payments on a bank obligation. Rounding out that account blend of accounts, 10%. Making a good payment history in the FICO, 35%. Well, you're tucking money away for a rainy day. That's that tinyurl.com/getself. All right. By the way, if you use that link in particular, you're also going to get $5 for free. You're welcome when you sign up. If they've still got the incentive going. If not, well, and you're watching it too late, you missed it. All right. A credit card that I recommend that's really easy to get. But Jeremy, I have a horrible credit score. Jeremy, I have no credit score. Okay, you're going to be opening up if you got bad dog credit. You're going to be opening up a secured card. What's a secured card? A secured card is where you go to the credit card company and you say, hey, I want to open a secured card with a $200 limit. And they go, great, give me $200. So you give them $200 and they put it into a small savings account that you do not get to touch. And they send you a credit card. And it's a regular credit card with a $200 limit. And it's regular. It's got an interest rate on it. You charge it up, you pay it down, you pay it off, you use it again as long as you're happy with the bank and the bank's happy with you. That keeps going and revolving forever. And by doing good balance to limit ratio, you're impacting that 30% of your FICO score. But here's the deal. If you charge it up to the 200 bucks and never pay them off, at least they got their money back, right? So it's secure. But Jeremy, what if I close the card? Well, then you get your money back. It's a deposit. So the reason I'm going to recommend this one, it's called Open Sky. tinyurl.com/OpenSky or get OpenSky card. Get OpenSky card. If you go to it, the one I recommend there, they don't do a credit check at all. All you have to be able to do, Kevin Bland, good to see you. All you have to be able to do to get a self card is fog a mirror. You got to have a pulse. You got to be able to breathe. That's it. Okay. So if you got bad credit, if you've got no credit, if you've got whatever, you're going to want to get something like that self card. tinyurl.com/get OpenSky card. Pardon me, that's OpenSky card. Here's another good one I like. I just updated, looked at some of their stuff recently and was really impressed. It's the Merrick Bank secured card. Okay, it's another secured card, but it graduates into a card that you can keep forever. What does graduation mean? It means you do that secured card, you put the deposit in there, and then eventually they go, okay, you've done good, and they send you the deposit back, but you get to keep the card and it's open. Now it's unsecured. That one is the tinyurl.com again. And then it's the slash, it's get Merrick, MERRICK. That's another one if you're looking to rebuild. All right. I've gone over a lot. Let me just check the comment section. Tasha says Discover Secured is great. Tasha, I agree. I love the Discover Secured card. Truthfully, it is one of my favorites out there. They're a little pickier on the credit requirements, but don't let that scare you off. It's pretty darn good. Tasha also asks, is it true to leave balances on your credit card? No, it is not, Tasha. What you want to do is you want to charge it up and then you want to pay it off when it's due. How much do you charge it up? You're only going to want to use, if you want to maximize your point potential, we talked about this, you're only going to want to use 1 to 3% of the balance to limit ratio. So if you've got $1,000 credit card, Tasha, that means a monthly spend, a monthly trended average daily balance, and a monthly payment of between 10 and 30 bucks. That's it. No more, no less. Any less, you broke it, because less than 1%, that's not considered activity. You need activity to generate points. Any more, you broke it because you went outside what I told you to do, and you're not maximizing your point potential anymore. Great question. I pay it off on the statement date. Don't worry about the statement date, Tasha. Pay it off when it's due. They actually report to credit on the statement date. So if you pay it off by then, it's not going to report the utilization. Just keep it super simple. Just pay that sucker when it's due. You will be a happy camper. All right, let's see what else we got going on. I've got lots of good comments out there here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anybody. Kevin said, call Credilife. For sure, Kevin. I am a client and wouldn't use anyone else. Brittany says, I need to fix my credit score. This is a beautiful time for a plug. If you would like to hire a professional, if you'd like to utilize Credilife, we are an A+ rated Better Business Bureau company. We've been in business for a decade. I've personally, as a coach, been a credit coach for, I've been in banking credit. I've been a CEO of a mortgage corporation. I've been in credit banking for 28 years, okay? I'm FICO certified. I'm certified in the algorithm that creates your FICO score, your lending score. So if you are wanting to get with a coach or at least find out what it takes to have a professional take this on, coach you through the process, even do the investigations, seeking to eliminate and delete negatives that are unverifiable from your credit. If you go to book Coach Jeremy, JEREMY.com, bookcoachjeremy.com. You can pick a time for a no obligation consultation at bookcoachjeremy.com, and you can pick a day, an evening, or even a weekend. You'll get right into my calendar at bookcoachjeremy.com. And what's going to happen is we're gonna do a no cost, no obligation initial consultation call. No cost, because I haven't done anything. What would we be charging you for? But during your call, we're going to talk about your credit. We'll talk about your goals. We'll put together a plan and steps and action items to get your score and profile in position for all your goals. And then at Credilife, we got a variety of services. If some of the services are appropriate, I'll recommend them then. And if you're like, yeah, let's do it, we'll get you going on them then. But sometimes I just give people good advice and send them on their way. You're never going to know if you don't go to Book Coach Jeremy. That's bookcoachjeremy.com, a no obligation initial consultation call. No obligation. All you're doing is spending some time. I'm willing to commit some time to y'all because I'm confident in what we do, what I can do for you, and confident you'll see the value in it. Bookcoachjeremy.com. All right, that was my shameless plug. So the reason I brought that up, Brittany, that's what I want you to do. Candace said good about those inquiries. My dealership hit me 20 different places. That's what's so beautiful about that shopping window when it comes to credit. You're allowed unlimited automotive or unlimited mortgage or unlimited student loan payments all within a 30-day period. And thanks to something called anti-duo duping, which is a weird name for a shopping window, thanks to that shopping window, all of them that happened in that 30-day period are only going to count as one on Equifax, one on Experian, one on TransUnion. So when you're shopping for a car, let that finance person blast it out to 50 places and get you the best deal possible. Awesome. Kevin said, I wouldn't have anyone but Credilife. I love it. Cap one's the only negative left. So I'm coming back. Oh, yeah, will it? Tasha says, I had to leave early. Hey, life happens. I am telling you, life happens, Tasha. We will be happy to have you back. Book a consult call anytime with me. All right, those of you on LinkedIn, I want you to know that you can join me, and you can even join the free credit repair advice group on the place that your grandmother uses, that book with face. I think I tricked TikTok so they don't ban me. But I do this every Wednesday night, by the way, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time. I'm live. Give me a follow, subscribe if you like what you're seeing, if you like this information. If you're watching this on a rerun, thanks for joining me. Leave a comment. I do respond to all my comments later on down the road, even in the days and weeks to come. And if you think anyone else could use this kind of knowledge or even my services, turn them on to this. Invite them to my page. Invite them to Credit TV. That's our site over on YouTube where you can see this stuff. Invite them to the free credit repair advice group. It's got 70,000 people in it. It's on the book with the faces. Join me on TikTok, Credit Coach Jeremy. But more importantly, again, just watch Wednesday evenings, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 o'clock Pacific time. All right. I thank you all so much for joining me tonight. This one was a lot of fun. And let me know if you got any questions and comments. Send me some love. Send me some hearts, thumbs ups, likes, subscribes, and follows, and all the good things that come with it. Thank you all for joining me. For those of you on some of the different sites, I'm going to put this back on replay. So anyone who missed anything, you can go ahead and watch it, but these will be saved to all my channel. Appreciate you all. Have a great evening and have a fantastic rest of your week. I'll see you next week.